our song, always look at the bright side of life. So here we go. Very warm welcome, my lovely friends. Thanks for tuning in. You are live with me here on the Aswa Radio Network, even on Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. And here we go, another wonderful show, episode 80 of my show, Zsuzsanna Medium. So I'm very, very grateful for all of you. And then let's see, I hope I was there, or you can hear me, you can see me. Wonderful, wonderful. So today, because that is a very, very special episode, I was thinking, think about miracles. You know, we are here, and that's a miracle in itself. And thinking about December, Christmas time, that is a miracle moving forward. And then you see, miracle can happen to us all the time. Now, one miracle, what is going to happen right now is we are trying something else here technically. So I have all my trust in Mr. Dave here, because I am going to show you a little conversation I recorded a little while ago with the Urban Monk UK, discovering, that's the word I wanted to say, discovering some kind of miracle. So watch this and chat to you afterwards. So thank you, Mr. Dave. So, hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks very much for joining. As you can see, it's Sunday afternoon in my time, the UK, first Sunday in December. And I'm having a meeting here, a little chit-chat with Gary. It's the Urban UK, if you remember him, 2 shows on the Aswa Radio Network. And then look at that, what he's holding in his hand. So what's in your hand, Gary?
Well, I don't know what you call it, crystal. And good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. I've just been having a chat with Zsuzsanna, and we were talking about energy and crystals, and I don't know how it works. I really don't. But Zsuzsanna would ask a question and it would move. I would then ask a question and it started to move. I didn't believe it, but I'm completely sold. The world needs to know about this. So while we're here live, I'm going to ask a question. And this is a genuine question with a genuine reply. I'm not doing anything. So here goes. Earlier I asked the crystal to show me the sign for yes, which is now displaying. I asked the question, I won't tell you what it is, but the answer is yes. While we're doing this, I'll ask another question to see if it changes direction. And that's the sign for no. It changed instantly. I don't know if you can see that, but it changed instantly. The first question, as I say, I won't tell you, but this question was, is my father still alive? And the answer is no, and he's not. So that changed itself without any movement of my hand. It's just so powerful, I can't believe it. So we had to come on and tell you.
Yes, yes, and it's quite interesting because, and you were showing yes, no. Yes was for you was, your yes is this way.
Yes.
And then your no is sideways.
Yes.
And when I'm working with a pendulum, my yes is sideways, which is Gary's no, and then the no is this way. And for both of us, I don't know, I'm not certain, going around and around it, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. And we were actually saying, is it because it's male and female energy? So we are thinking about that. But it was actually quite fascinating because we were sitting here for now for over an hour, asking questions, taking turns, asking the questions, sometimes different questions, sometimes the same questions.
Yeah.
And then whichever way we approach, we would get the same answer. If it was yes, that was your way, and my yes was this way.
Yeah.
But so it's quite incredible. So we've been thinking about whether it is to do with doing this way or that way.
Well, you asked, and it said yes, there is a definite different swing between male and female energy.
Yeah, so we found this one out. But then, otherwise, every time when we ask the question, we always do the same answer.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting because Gary was saying that was his first time he ever
First time ever.
First time ever.
Yeah.
With a pendulum, and it wasn't planned because I just happened to have the pendulum in my handbag.
Yeah.
And I explained to him how it works in my hand as a question. What consciousness is working with you, how it is working. And we checked who's working with us, and we had lots of questions. So
I kind of was not a believer. I always thought there was subliminal movements between the thumb and the finger, but earlier on I asked for signs for yes, then asked for signs for no, then asked for signs for I don't know at the same time, and the pendulum changed direction by itself. And to be able to physically move from that movement to that movement, you can see my fingers are clearly moving.
yeah.
You know, it's swinging this way, so if I want to change it to move the other way, you can see I'll try it again. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but it worked earlier on. So it's moving forwards and backwards for yes.
Yes, for yes, yes.
Now it's moving to no. You can see that change direction. And now it's going in a circular motion for don't know, without me moving my hand. You see that circular motion? So to change from that circular motion to that motion, I have to move my fingers.
Yes.
It's so scary, but it's so amazing at the same time.
Yes. It's very, very powerful because you never tried this one and you did not believe in it, but then you were saved because you had a first-hand experience here that it is convincing you that actually it is working, and it's so it means that there's a physical manifestation of how energy works.
Well, if you say that, then I believe. No, I mean, I understand energy, and you know, being the urban monk, it's all about energy and the law of attraction. But to do that and have it evidenced by my own hand, if you like, without changing, it just mind blowing. I need to get one, so I'm on the lookout for a pendulum. I don't know, honestly. And I was speechless, and she asked me to do this live, and I said no because it wasn't the right time. So bizarrely, I asked the pendulum, and it said yeah. It said it was the right time to do it, so here we are.
Yeah. So what can you suggest to people who have never tried it, or maybe they might be a little bit skeptical?
Well, before I became the urban monk, I was 100% skeptical. This was all wishy-washy, woo-woo. Somebody was swinging it, somebody was changing it. But since I learnt about energy and dimensions and the law of attraction, etc., then I'm prepared to believe. So trying it out, it convinced me. So people should do it. Believe in it. Forget about skepticism. There's part of our life, the universe, that we don't know about. And we have to accept that and start trying to link into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's quite interesting because at the very beginning we immediately figured out what is yes and what is no for you. So with the pendulum, when you work with a pendulum, you just you start working with the crystal. Welcome it in your hand, in your heart. You can talk to the crystal to start with, and then you establish what is yes and what is no, and then what is I'm not sure or uncertain, and then you work with that. And then my experience, I was saying to you that for a good year I always thought it was my mother who passed over, mother energy working, and my father. When I asked the crystal, it said no, so I kept on asking, and then I asked my grandfathers and everything, and then ended up with the Abraham consciousness. So when I'm asking my crystal about the consciousness. So my yes is this way, okay, sideways, no is this way. Amina is here. Amina says, where do you get the pendulum from? You know, we were just saying, if you find some very reliable crystal shop,
Yeah.
And then it's I was saying to Gary, because he wants to have one, that you ask the crystal who wants to come home with me, what is resonating. So you have to on site, you have to have a little trial. So it's not necessarily what crystal is really you are drawn to, but then you have to feel it, just like with everything, you feel it. Okay, so consciousness, when I'm asking, is the Abraham consciousness here, and it's yes immediately. So when I'm working with the crystal, it's not my mother and father and whatnot, but it's the Abraham consciousness. So yes, and then you see, we were saying, it's fascinating because some answers came quite unexpectedly, because we were thinking, that's going to be yes or no, but then actually it was just the other way.
Yeah.
And then it was quite fascinating because both of us asked the question, because I asked your question when you got yes or no, and then in my hand it came as a yes or no, even if it...
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, Mr. Dave, thank you very much for this experiment. I thoroughly enjoyed just watching and listening. So thank you, thank you. And then you see miracles happen to everybody. And my invitation to you, my lovely listener and viewer, that look for the miracles, look for the opportunities where God consciousness spirit can give you the opportunity, the light to experience that miracle in your life. So with this one in mind and in heart, I'm sending lots of love and many, many blessings, and see you in 7 days time. Thank you very much. Thank you.